Josh, and you're with...
I'm with Property 6. You can check us out at property6.com. Our freedom of speech as musicians here in Arizona is being hindered by the city of Tempe and the police department. Talking about is an incident that happened back in March at the Clubhouse music venue. There was a shooting. There was 13 to 16 people shot, and the news media wanted to explode it into a witch hunt to shut down the clubhouse. The few days following, they ended up arresting the owner of the clubhouse. They did not concentrate on catching the guys who had shot it up. They didn't care about that. And then come to find out later on that there was 3 officers in the parking lot at the time that jumped on the ground, did not get into the shootout. They jumped on the ground like everybody else that was in the crowd, and they failed to even go after the 2 gunmen who got away on foot. Keep in mind, these guys got away on foot, and 3 officers were unable to catch them, but they closed down the Clubhouse music venue and arrested the owner for failure to comply with the security plan.
Did they arrest him at that time? Or did they arrest him later?
They arrested the Clubhouse music venue owner a few days later.
2 days later,
okay. Then we went to the town hall meeting, and we had over 400 people that showed up to support the Clubhouse staying open. Well, it was such an overwhelming response to keep the Clubhouse music venue open. There was three or four news stations there. There was some newspapers there. They shut the meeting down an hour early because there was too much support for the Clubhouse. So at that point in time, they told us that we could concern our questions on the 3rd at the appeals hearing. Now, at the Clubhouse, at the town hall meeting, they had been caught into a lie. They had first said that there was 1 officer in the parking lot, another person who stood up that was at the shooting when it happened, waiting in line like everybody else, had stated, no, there was 3 officers because I was lying on the ground with them. So they got caught and they ended the meeting. We're talking within 5 minutes after that guy stood up, the meeting was over. At that point, they said that we could address our concerns at the appeals hearing on the 3rd. Then they went and revoked her use permit license the very next day. And put so much pressure on her. The cameras were waiting at her house. She had no privacy. It was a heyday that they put on.
It's a media circus.
Media circus. Now what they're doing is they have a blacklist of artists that are not allowed to perform in Tempe, and if they do perform, then at this meeting they stated that it is the promoter's responsibility and the club owner's responsibility to know who a dangerous artist is. This is the first time I ever heard a term, dangerous artist. At that point in time, my guitar player here, Justin, had stood up and said, well, what's a dangerous artist? Can you give us a more elaborate definition? And they would not comment on that. Now, they have told the promoters and club owners that they have to research to find out what a dangerous artist is and call the police station to see if they need to hire the police or not.
Right, this is like government religion.
And now what they're doing, okay, because I have a show coming up in Tempe and this has just happened for the first time ever. And believe me, there's always police presence at my shows. So I know how they feel.
I've been to your show.
I know how they feel about my band already. So that's fine. I'm fine with that. Bring it on. They can come around my show. It's all safe and it's all fun, and And
they have incredible security at that place. Yes, I've been there.
Yes. So now what they're doing is calling the clubs when they believe that whoever's on this blacklist.
It's like a no-fly list.
Yes, so if you advertise, like say in the New Times, which a lot of people are not advertising now because of this, if you advertise your show in the New Times, now the police are going through the New Times, and
they got nothing to do, so let's read the New Times for our leads.
The big thing is hip-hop. That's the word. If you do anything that has to do with hip-hop in Tempe, you're a club owner, you might get a call from the Tempe Police Department.
And they'll pull your liquor license.
And what they'll want to do is extort you to pay them. And this was brought up at the meeting. In other words, the police were at the clubhouse. And then they told us, promoters and club owners, that we have to hire them for extra security if it is a dangerous artist. Now, I took that as, okay, so as a public, if you're in the parking lot as the police and you're there to do your job that the public already paid you for, you don't get as well of protection as you do if I was to hire you to come in when you're not doing your job for the public. So now if I pay you to come in off hours, you're going to do a better job than the cops that did in the parking lot that evening.
And you have to pay them double time then.
And and I got to pay you double time. If that ain't mafia style extortion, I don't know what is.
Right.
And somebody needs to address
and
this.
it's freedom of speech.
This is an attack on freedom of speech. This is profiling, okay? Because who's to say what a dangerous artist is? Their explanation was the content of lyrics. That's freedom of speech.
Right.
Record Labels Association, color of clothes. Are you kidding me here?
Are you wearing a hat?
Yes. Okay, and hip hop
Has been targeted.
has been targeted. So all musicians should stand up across the whole country against this.
Okay, so how would people get a hold of you if they wanted to or help organize?
Josh at property6.com.
Okay.
That's PROPERTYSIX. Property6.com.
Okay.
And it's Josh, Josh, at property6.com. Please help. All musicians, please help save the Tempe music scene.
No, this is a music scene for everyone because this is a test bed. This is a test bed.
I believe it is.
This will stretch across the country. I guarantee
This
it.
is a test bed.
I've seen other shit like this.
Yeah,
grow.
because this is how these people operate.
I've seen other shit like this grow.